Okay, in this video training tutorial, we want to focus on the foreground and the background color. The foreground and the actual background color. And that's what these two things are here, these two colors right here. You have the white and you have the black as the background. Let's get our paint brush. Okay, so like right now, because the foreground is selected, meaning it's in front. If I started to paint on the canvas, you probably won't see anything because I'm painting white over white. Let's go and undo that. Remember how to undo. I'm sure you have the video tutorial on Control Z. Undo, Control Z. So let's do the shortcut Control Z. Try to remember that. Let's get our notes that we had before. Pull it over here. Okay, undo command, Control Z. Edit menu, undo. Okay, so try and remember some of the shortcuts that we actually go through or go over. Okay, so let's go to the background instead of the foreground. Switch it to the background right there. We just switch by clicking this arrow right here. And now we have our paint brush tool, and we go to paint. You see that it paints the background color. Let's Control Z, undo. Another way to select your color is over here on the right side, your swatches. Now, if you notice, I'm going to take the eyedropper. I'm just going to click on any color. And while I'm clicking on the colors, if you look over here on the left side and look at the foreground background color palette, you'll see that it changes. Let me click on the swatches. Okay, see how it's changing immediately? Okay, so let's select that. Undo. Let's take this color. Undo. Here. Undo. Okay, so the swatches, by selecting the swatches, you can get the color directly right away. If you want to change the color, say you over here on the foreground, just click it. And then you get the color picker. And then you can select any color you want. Select OK. And there it changes. Get our brush tool. There we go. Let's try that again. Let's click our foreground and the color picker come up. Let's take another color here. Okay, I like that. Okay, have our brush tool and then start to. Okay, just as easy as that. Okay, let me show you the color bar where we can define our colors a little more precisely. If you're looking over here at the color palette, right here, we click there, and there we have our RGB. Okay, remember that's red, green, blue colors. Let's get our paintbrush, and right now we're there. Let's Control Z. Let's move that a little bit. Now look at, while I'm doing this, again, look at the color foreground over here on the left side. And you'll see that it changes as I go through and find a color. So that's a good tool to have. You can also take the eyedropper and click anywhere in that color spectrum and get your various shades or hues. Okay, let's look at right here the background color. Why do we have this? What is it for, the background color? I mean, we understand the foreground color in the event we're making images or we want to paint a certain layer. The foreground is the layer that we're actually on. But what is the background? Well, the background, if you remember when we first opened up our image, it asked us to set a background color. Remember, let's go to File, New, right here in this area. And right now we have it set for white. Well, if we have that set at background color, what's going to happen is it's going to look at the color of our background right there. That's it. Whatever color we have selected in our background color, that is the color that's going to appear on our canvas. And another reason is, say that we want to enlarge our image right here. Let's go and select a color here. Let's select let's see, right there. Let's select that color. Okay, so right now it's not going to change anything, but if we go to image and enlarge our canvas size, go down to canvas size and make sure relative is selected. Let's change this to pixels, and let's say here 25, and let's say 50, and then click OK. Okay, see, now it's giving us the canvas size with the background of red. Okay, so when you change your canvas size, make sure you've already, let's Control Z, already have selected your color in the background, the color that you want. Okay, another way of changing that color is, or changing the foreground and the background, is the shortcut is your D key and your X key, D and X. And what it's going to do is it's going to default that background back to black. Black and white is the default. Okay, so if I hit D and I've already changed the background, watch what happens. See, it changes it. If I hit Z, it makes the foreground the background and the background the foreground, and vice versa. Okay, so remember the shortcut D and X. Let's put that in our notes. That's something to remember. Let's do this. Foreground, background, shortcut, and reset. D and X. So in other words, press D to reset. Let's see. Okay, so there we have it. We can move this out the way. Okay, so remember those shortcuts. That's it for this video tutorial. Let's move on to some bigger and better things. Okay, see you in the next video. Take care.